Hello and thank you for joining us on the Thursday edition of Journalist Hangout, reaching you from our state-of-the-art studios right here at Eco Atlantic City, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm Benga Oreshegun. Today on the program, PDP governors convene emergency meeting amid party crisis as thugs disrupt BoT meeting. Labour gives defaulters till March to implement minimum wage, fixes February 4th for nationwide protest against telecom tariff. And court nullifies Governor Adeleke's executive order. White paper affirms Famotun as legitimate Owa of Igbajo. And later on the show, Oyo residents attack firefighters for preventing them from scooping fuel. I'll be hanging out with Paul Dada and Kaidi Ladindi. Journalist Hangout starts right now. All right, let's begin the conversation. All is not well with the opposition ruling People's Democratic Party PDP as the party is engulfed in yet another brawl. This time around, a fighting match. Speaking at the BoT meeting where thugs invaded and attacked members, the acting national chairman, Umar Damagun, accused party leaders of fueling divisions, reiterating that those who are supposed to unite the party are the ones causing the division. Now, Damagun insisted that creating chaos for personal ambition only weakens the party. Now, this recent incident has led governors elected on the platform of the PDP to call for an emergency meeting tomorrow, which is Friday, in Asaba, the Delta State capital, to address the party's deepening crisis. But first, let's share the story with you.
The Board of Trustees of People's Democratic Party fixed this Wednesday to find solutions to an ending crisis in the party. The main agenda of the emergency meeting was the urgent need for the NEC meeting to be conveyed and other issues affecting the party. But just when the meeting was ongoing, a fight broke out between Senator Samuel Anyanwu and former PDP youth leader Sunday Ude Okoye. Both are laying claim to the national secretary position of the party.
Which national secretary are you talking about? Is it me or who? I am the national secretary. So, I think maybe we didn't get the BoT chairman well. The BoT chairman said that is going to be resolved and a committee has been formed. He even mentioned the chairman of the committee, Tani Muturaki SAN.
Despite the altercation, the BoT meeting continued. It later ended and announced that the National Executive Council of the party will now hold in February.
This meeting, we thank God for PDP. PDP will always survive. Acting National Chairman assured the Board of Trustees that the NEC meeting, as scheduled in February 2025, will hold. Will hold to address all pertinent issues and reaffirm our shared commitment to the unity, discipline, and ideals that bind us together as members of this great party, PDP.
The People's Democratic Party has been facing internal crisis since the presidential primary election in 2023. Even after they lost the presidential election to APC, the party is yet to find its footing as the major opposition political party. Ademola Lawrence, TVC News, Abuja.
Okay, the PDP, yet again. Now, let me start with it, because the leadership crisis and the PDP, took a violent turn yesterday, just like what we saw, and a very shameful scene in Abuja. And yesterday, it feels like things are, it feels like it's getting worse. But what is really going on in the People's Democratic Party?
It's an open-ended
question because I was going to say that if anybody narrows what happened, the fight that broke out as the problem of PDP, then somebody is not following up with what is going on in PDP. This is just a fragment of different symptoms that has actually bedeviled PDP as it is. This whole crisis is a continuation of what happened before the 2023 election, and it appears that they didn't go straight to the table to address and iron out why they went to the 2023 election divided, and so they've actually taken this fight beyond that. In clear terms, so that people understand what we're talking about. Now, whatever you have as NWC today, there are different interests who are controlling members of the NWC.
Okay.
So when you hear Damagun saying that some of this crisis is caused by members of BoT and some leaders, it's simply saying that we try to set up a committee, a reconciliation committee. We try to set up different committees to resolve this issue, and some of these people said they are not even going to be part of it. For example, someone like Chief BoT George said, we have not addressed the issue. What we need now is not a committee. Somebody has got to drop his ambition. Somebody needs to understand that power needs to rotate to the south, that was the crux of the issue.
Okay.
So if that is not addressed, what is the committee resolving? That this fight is based on principle. This fight is based on the constitution of their party. So what are we sitting down to address when the real elephant in the room has not been addressed? So for me, I think what we saw, Udo Okoye and Ayanwu, is just minute. The National Publicity Secretary is not on the same page with the acting national chairman, Damagun. You would see that the Deputy Publicity Secretary, let me say, the one that was brought in then when Ologunagba was said to have been suspended, will also tell you that, okay, if you need me, I will work for Damagun. So it is a divided house. And not until maybe the next meeting will answer some of these issues.
Okay, now, the case, what happened yesterday was about, who is the legitimate national secretary and all. But we hope that maybe the Supreme Court will solve that matter. But major stakeholders in the party, the PDP governors, they've convened a meeting which will happen tomorrow. Is this enough to resolve the logjam?
Yeah, we will see whether it's enough when they have that meeting. But like he said, what is happening between the two claimants to the post of a national secretary is only symptomatic of a very big problem in the PDP, a big disease in the PDP that started sometime in 2023. Even what happened in 2023, it would be a fallout of irreconcilable interests within the party. So I think it's in the interest. It's actually in the interest of the PDP to find a solution.
Now let me bring, still because of our time, I want us to quickly manage time. Now let me bring, still because of our time, I want us to quickly manage time. Are there spies in the PDP? You know, with a mission to break it apart? Because looking at the crisis work in the party, there are lots of crises. You talked about is a symptom, and it feels as if it's a manifestation. What happened here is a manifestation of several issues. But I want to ask you, are there spies in the PDP? Are there infiltrators in the PDP? Help them to break it apart.
We are going to be playing on words now. When you say somebody is a spy, that means the person is doing it surreptitiously, he's hiding, he doesn't want them to know that he's giving information to the ruling party. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, in this case, it's not a case of spies. Maybe we should put a name to our discussion. There is a man called Nyesom Wike. He still wields a whole lot of influence in PDP.
But they've not been able to solve the Wike situation.
So members of the NWC are still loyal to this man.
Yeah.
So if you now say you call those people spies, I'm sure you will change your word this time around. These are people saying that the problem we had in the build-up to 2023 has not left us. The party constitution is saying that we must have rotation of power.
Okay.
Do you understand? I'm telling you the real elephant in the room. Otherwise, let Supreme Court resolve with the Okoye and Nayan. The problem is still there.
Exactly my point.
I don't know whether you get the picture.
Okay.
So if you call them spies, maybe there are still spies who are giving, but they are giving open information to say that, excuse me, this issue has got to be resolved. When you talk of opposition, you remember the days of Lai Mohammed as opposition. You are getting press release. Every decision that is taken, you are getting a counter press release, you know, from the opposition. And they were always saying it, you know, to say that, in fact, sometimes people even believe that they were not even being constructive, you know, as opposition, whatever way you want to look at it. So we're expecting that kind of bite, that kind of opposition, like you said, from this ruling, from these opposition parties. But
now,
what we have seen...
Do you think by 2027 they'll be able to get their acts right?
No, well,
just in 1 minute, so that we'll move straight to our next
conversation. It actually depends on them. I wish I could talk about this spy thing, but no problem, there's no time. But that question can best be answered by PDP itself. Can best be to be determined.
Are you saying the PDP know they know the spies?
No, I'm not. Okay, the other question you ask about whether they can resolve
their crisis come 2027.
No, it can best be answered by the PDP. We are going to know the way PDP handles this crisis. Now, even if there are spies, because you cannot put anything past politicians.
That's true.
Now, even there are spies, it will take the cooperation of those in PDP to allow the spies or the moles or external persons to affect them. If you cooperate with the spies, you understand? Okay, if there are spies, now those spies, who are they? If PDP will get its act together, whatever, the spies will have no influence. What they just need to have is unity.
Do you think the ruling party has a hand in what is happening in the PDP?
There is nothing politicians won't do. I cannot say that as a fact. But a party that wants to win, will do anything it will take.
Even if it means
this one is on record.
Yeah.
Basiru, the national secretary of APC, was on our station yesterday, and they asked the same question you asked. He said, why will Arsenal not pray that Chelsea should have problems? I don't know whether that answers your question.
I understand you.
So it is everybody will want you to get weakened for me to win.
So it's part of the game.
It doesn't matter. You know, you can go, you are in a particular company, you can go to a company and start, you know, what they call it, poaching. Are you getting me? But if your pay is good, if the working conditions in your company are okay, they will not leave the company. Am I correct?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
Put your house in order.
Yeah, put your house in order. It does not matter if there are spies or there are no spies. That one is not even, it's not an issue. Put your house in order. If your house is in order, the spies will not have a leeway. They say, Tio Giri Balanu, along about the co-world. So if there's no crack in the wall, there'll be no leeway for the lizards.
Okay.
So that's
all right. All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation.